Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sophia. This is your first time on my channel. You're highly welcome. So this is going to be our first video. Okay, so I have some notes on my phone, okay, which I'm going to be looking at to talk about today's business. Today is going to be how to start up a business in the UK, how to start your business in the UK. Okay, so this may be in, I may give you all the information in this video. I may do a second part of a video. Okay, so welcome back everyone to the channel. Okay, so as I said, the channel is about business tips, business vlog, anything business in the UK, finding out anything about business, how to start up, how to run your business, any kind of business. Okay, and I'll also share with you guys, not in this video though, how I also run my business and what I do as well, all different type of businesses that you can do. But this is just a basic of how to start up a business in the UK. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel again. So the first thing you need to do when you are deciding to start up a business in the UK, first of all, you need to decide on your business structures. Okay, so that's the first thing you are going to do. So there is like about 3 types of businesses in the UK. Okay, the first one is sole trader. Okay, so a sole trader is where you personally run your business and you're responsible for everything, loan, debt, money. You are solely responsible. That's why it's called a sole trader. So you are solely responsible for that. Okay, just you, yourself, nobody else. So it's called a sole trader. So that's the first one. The second one is limited company, a separate legal entity that offers limited liability protection. So a limited company looks like you can have like secretaries and directors as well on that limited company. So you're going to register it. Company House is going to give you a company registration number, and so on and so forth. Okay, so when you go to the website, I will be sharing the website in case you don't know in another video. Okay, you register your business, you get a business number, and also it also kind of secure your business name as well. Okay, and the third one is limited liability company. It's a mixture of between limited company and a partnership. It's similar to limited company. Okay, so limited liability partnership is just like you combine limited company together. Let's say this is the same, practically you are just mixing them together, but your partnership with someone. So let's say you can't raise all the capital of your money and you need someone to help with the finance. Okay, and then that person become a partner. Okay, don't forget the company has to be registered as well, and then you have your company registration number. So anything two of you are doing is you have joint responsibility because you are partnershiping with someone else, so you both have joint responsibility. So that's a partnership. So that is the 3 business structure that there is: sole trader, limited company, and then partnership. Or partnership is the same as the limited liability. It's actually 4 I wrote down. I put it partnership, which is the same as limited liability partnership. It's just the mixture of limited company and partnering with someone. Okay, so you all share responsibility, you all share profit. Okay, so that's how limited and partnership company is. So those are the 4. There's 4, but for me I feel like there's 3. I just wrote the 4 of them down. Okay, so the next thing, you have to choose a business name. Now you want to choose a name that really represents you. Also, kind of sometimes the name might not actually be exact like what you are selling. It may not have clothing, it may not have jewelries, it may not have cosmetics, makeup. Sometimes people just choose a unique name. So you can also choose a unique name, but choose a name that is very easy, that you like, of course. That has, for me, I feel the name should have a very good meaning, should be easy to remember as well. Okay, so make sure the name is unique. Exactly what I say. Make you unique. I wrote it down, but I'm just saying it off it. So make sure the name is unique and not already registered. Before you even register your company, which I didn't mention earlier, you need to do a search before you register. Okay, so when you register, it will tell you if your name is still available or not. Okay, because I've registered a few companies before in the past, so you have to search to make sure the name is still available. Nobody has taken that name. Okay, so once you've done that, you've searched and you've see that your name is still available, then you can now register your company. Okay, and of course, once you register your company, it all depends on what you want to do from there. If you want to start trading straight away, you can start trading straight away. Okay, now for me, I feel sole trading is more easier. Okay, especially if you are starting by yourself for the first time. If you are starting by yourself for the first time, sole trading is much straightforward. You don't have to register your company. You are just going to be using your name. Okay, so that's sole trading. You are going to be using your name. I think that is the most straightforward, most easiest one. The only thing is that you are responsible for everything to do with the liability of the company, tax, national insurance number, self-assessment, anything of such. You are the one responsible for it, you know. But it's much easier to be to start as a sole trader. It's easier than limited company. Of course, if you have someone else that want to partner with you, you can turn it to a limited or partnership thing. Okay, or if you have people that you already have the money, you just want to go limited company, and you have people that's going to work for you, directors, secretaries and all that, and you have the money to set up everything, then of course you can go for the limited liability or limited company rather, or you can go for the partnership or liability ones, anyone you choose to go for. Okay, and make sure your business name is unique to you. As I said, sole trader is the easiest way to start with. Okay, just like I explained earlier, to set up a limited company, you need to have directors and secretaries. Okay, you need to have directors and secretaries. If not, you won't be able to register it. But for sole trader, you don't need to register it. Just stick to your name. You can use the whole of your name if you want. Okay, and stick to it. Okay, so the next is you can set up a business bank account, or you can open a separate account to start with. A separate account with just your name, that is not your because normally my advice would be to be working before you start a business. Make sure you're working so that you have money to support the business. That is very, very important. Yes, you may have saved up some money already to start, but I will still say keep your job. Don't quit your job just yet because you are starting up. Keep your job. Wait until the business is doing better. You know what I mean? Better, at least it can get you almost closer to your salary. You know, being it in sales or profit, whichever. You know, sometimes when you make business, when you sell in business, you are going to invest all the money back, and sometimes you need more money to invest as well in the business. So I would say keep your job. If it's a full-time job you're already doing, keep it. If you want, you can, it depends on the kind of job as well, because you need time for the business as well. Okay, you need time for the business as well. So if you are doing a full-time job and you want to also do a business, you might need to reduce maybe a day or two of your business, of your work, so that at least you use that 2 days to be running your business before you are fully into the business and you are ready, you are making enough money in the business to be able to say you want to now reduce your work more. Okay, so but I would say don't open a business account yet, but these are just some of the things you need to start. Okay, open an account in your name. Sole trader, as I say, is the best option first. Open an account in your name that no other money goes into, just your business money that goes in there, so it makes you know how much you make every month and how much you have taken out for your goods, how much is profit, or after you've taken everything out, if you have any profit left. That will help you later on okay, when you want to start your self-assessment. Okay, so VAT registration is another one, but I would not say register for VAT right away. I just wrote all this tip down just to tell you guys. So VAT registration, you can register for VAT, but it's not necessary. That one is not, you need to be earning certain amount of money. You need to be earning £85,000 in order for you to register for VAT. Okay, you can get insurance as well to insure your goods, especially if you are not maybe you are running your business outside your home. You need insurance to cover your goods in case theft, break-in, water, flood, fire, all those things. Okay, so you need insurance as well, and you need to keep your financial record. Just like I said earlier, open an account that nothing goes in apart from your business money, so you can be keeping your financial record easily. And also understanding your tax obligation. Okay, so for sole trader, when you start selling like 1,000 plus in a year, in the whole year, you can register. Let's assume you started your business in January, so the other January, which is let's say 2023 to 2024 January, you have to do self-assessment. But if you start, from our understanding, if you start a bit late, you haven't reached 1 year, it has to be 1 year before you do self-assessment. Okay, and later in a video I will share some of the websites where you can get all this information from. But if you are so eager to get the website, you can leave a comment so I can do a quick video. Okay, and then also comply with employment law. That's if you intend to employ people. Okay, if you intend to employ people and all that, you have to comply with employment law. If it's just you, of course it's just you. Okay, and then of course the most important, promote your business. Very important to have a plan, business plan, how you are going to promote your business, how you are going to finance your business. Okay, how you are going to build your business presence online. Okay, all those things you have to do in order to run a business. Okay guys, so in a more detailed video, in another video I will share with you guys more about starting up a business. This is just the first video. Okay, so these are just the basic thing that you need to know about starting a business in UK. Okay, yeah guys, so I hope you do find this video useful. This is the first video of my business videos. Okay, so there will be more videos coming about starting a business and other things about business in the UK. All right guys, thank you all so much. I hope this was useful. Please, if it was, give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye for now.